It's very cold today, and we're in winter, and I'm sure you know it's the rugby season. The rugby season is halfway through, and the supporters of schoolboy rugby in Zimbabwe have not been disappointed. There have been some exciting games, and there have been some that teams want to forget in a hurry. Let's go through some of the results and see if we can make some sense of anything. CBC have had a terrible season and have been out of their depth in most of their matches. Listen to a couple of their scores. They lost 83-3 to St. George's, 62-6 to Kyle College, and were hammered 155 bar by Prince Edward. That's 300 points scored against and only 9 points for. Good luck to the new incoming coach. Let's hope he can work some magic and put CBC back on the map. St. John's College have also had a season that they would like to forget, with losses to Falcon College 41-25 and Prince Edward 45-17. It has not all been doom and gloom, as they played well against Peterhouse, with the match ending in a 7-all draw. Peterhouse have been the nearly boys this season and have lost most of their matches by narrow margins. They lost 22-18 to Kyle, 24-19 to Falcon, and had the draw with St. John's. Prince Edward got out the starting stall slowly when they were beaten 43-19 by Falcon, but have turned their season around with good victories over St. George's 34-18 and St. John's College. St. George's also turned their season around after that defeat to PE, when they rattled the Mad Dogs' cage and drew with Falcon College 19-all in Esegodini. Kyle College lost to Churchill, but have also taken out CBC and had a close win over Peterhouse. Finally, the only unbeaten team so far is Falcon College. But they were given a scare by St. George's and only just managed to scramble a draw on their home ground recently. So who is going to end up top dog this year? It all looks very open still, and it will depend on who wants it more. Coaches will be working hard on motivating their players, but injuries normally take their toll in the second half of the season. Plus, some teams will be at a disadvantage when their players go off to Craven Week. Prince Edward seems to be gaining momentum at the right time, and the game between Falcon and Kyle on the 4th of June will be a humdinger. Kyle have home ground advantage and have a good chance of upsetting the Mad Dogs. Peterhouse will also want to turn their narrow defeats into victories, and they will face a rejuvenated St. George's side at the end of June. It's all getting very tricky, and we believe that home ground advantage will play a big part in the remaining matches. The following boys were selected to play for Zimbabwe at Craven Week: Sibanda, Falcon; Muntanga, Falcon; Barnett, St. George's; Fognoli, Falcon; Muchena, St. George's; Dorrington, Falcon; Zeedenburg, Peterhouse; Burnett, St. John's; Nyakuchka, Falcon; Meredith, Falcon; Veriwa, Peterhouse; Bruce, St. George's; Zeitman, Falcon; Piri, Falcon; Mafumo, St. George's; Harrison, St. John's; Kenny, St. George's; Kundiona, Falcon; Chisango, St. George's; Udzegerere, PE; Dina, PE; Kazvere, PE. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the season and get out there and support the boys. And don't forget that trolley for trolley, you can't beat Fazza, home and hyper. Finally, we've got two of our supporters. Please, can you come up? Our first supporter is Tutu Muloma. Which team do you support?
Falcon.
Thank you. Our second supporter is Jeremy Kufua. Which team do you support?
Peterhouse.
You can go. Well, looks like Peterhouse and Falcon have a lot of fans so far. Thank you.